And we're back at Art Toronto 2010 in the Engine Gallery booth, and we're here with a really interesting diptych by artist Jeff Tallon. And this is a beautiful, luscious painting, as you can see, but you may be surprised at the other half of the diptych, which is, if you don't recognize it, it is going to be the new barcode, and sort of borders on proximity marketing for artists and interactive with smart devices. And you know what? I think I'm just going to let the artist explain this process. You were saying you have a history of education in interactive art and traditional media?
Yes, that's correct. I went to ACAD where I was a drawing major and I painted and did animation. And I did a postgraduate in interactive multimedia at Sheridan College. And these two works sort of knit together that educational history. And that brings us to where we are today.
Well, I mean, I haven't seen this kind of painting yet. And can you show us how the viewer can interact with it if they have the proper device?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a free application that virtually anybody with a smartphone can get. And essentially what you do is if you take your phone and then click on the capture button and then click use, it sends you a message, and effectively this knits the two images together, displaying that it's a diptych and the medium. And it raises a notion of what is art, and essentially how we can interact with something just beyond a passive viewership. So traditionally, art's been very one-sided, especially in painting, where you just engage from a sort of passive viewership, whereas this actually engages an individual to interact with the piece and brings it to an entirely new level, which is fairly unique, and I think the first that has ever been done in Canada. I'm aware of a couple instances with an Italian artist and also an American artist, but as far as I know, this is the first demonstration of interactivity as far as painting and mobile technology goes in Canada.
That's really interesting, Jeff. And do you have any other plans for different kinds of media that will be transmitted by your paintings in the future?
Absolutely. I mean, the options are limitless. I would love to do something that goes to video, that goes to animation, that potentially gives you a different response each time. So there's really sort of an endless supply of potential results that one can get using this technology, and I think it's really new and unique.
I think I will make the observation that this type of technology and traditional painting would be really well suited for window galleries, which are also an increasing presence in the art community.
Right.
There's a lot of interaction for the general public, more than sort of a white cube that you have to go into, where you're aggressively interacting with that information through the design.
Absolutely, I agree entirely. I've seen that become more prevalent in Toronto, and I think you commented on something that for the general public, I mean, the average U.S. teenager sends and receives approximately 96 text messages a day. The ability to communicate with others has become so embedded into our social cultural fabric that really it's sort of an obvious extension of that, and I think it really comments on the times in which we live.
Jeff, thank you very much.
My pleasure, thank you.